Hi there. I hope you're well. I'd like to talk about something that people sometimes don't like talking about, but I've been seeing it a lot on TikTok, and that is the loneliness epidemic because it feels like the more connected we are online, the more alone that people are. So I came across a few videos of people talking about their loneliness and just being very open about it. And I'd really like you guys to watch this first one and let me know what you think about it because I really felt like she was being very open about the situation. And I guess I've never really seen it from that perspective because we don't share the same reality. But if you're going through the same thing or if you're familiar with what she's talking about, I'd really like to know your opinions down in the comments.
I've been single my entire life. My entire life. I'm going to be turning 42 in August, and I've never had anybody love me or desire me or want to be with me. And I have so much love that I feel like that is inside of me with nowhere to go because it can't transfer to friends or my family or my parents because it's something separate, it's something different. And I've gathered all of this love since I was in high school, and then it just sits there and it eats me alive sometimes. And I'm bringing this up, oh my gosh, I just slammed my hand off of that. Sorry, I'm bringing this up because I'm lonely and sad, and the world is hard and horrible. And I was thinking this morning that, like, no one's laid next to me in bed. I've never had the comfort of someone's arms around me. When I've had difficult moments, I've gotten through them by myself most of the time. Now, I have a beautiful family of brothers and my mother and my dad when he was alive, and I love them. I'm grateful for them. But there's something different about having somebody that's there for you, next to you, with you, and it's a different kind of loneliness if you've been single all of your life. And I know that there are people who get this. There are people who follow me that get this. But I was thinking about it in terms of just bigger worldly issues as well. The fear of the world and the difficulties that we are seeing. And again, this is minuscule on the level of what some people are facing, but it doesn't mean that it's nothing. And I have to figure out how to deal with these feelings. But the idea that, like, I don't go home and somebody's there to talk with and cook dinner with, and I have a roommate, but we do our own things. We have our own lives. And again, it's not the same. It's not the same. And I'm always told sometimes as a single person that it's not easier on the other side. And so I guess I just wanted to say to people who get this feeling that you're not alone, and I know that it's difficult, but I also know that there's a certain type of strength that has been developed that I have because of my experiences in my life that has led me to be able to do difficult things. And it's difficult being alone, and it's okay to feel lonely, and it's okay for it to feel hard and scary. So just know that you're not alone, and know that I see you and I'm there with you, and I'm still seeking to find ways to make it easier for myself. And I really, really do wish to make it easier for others. So if you're lonely, know that I'm sorry, and know that I'm sitting in the lonely with you. I hope you have a good day, everybody.
Homes.
Det är precis som vissa människor inte gillar dem. Som jag gillar inte svanar. De är räliga.
Jag älskar svanor.
Älskar du tranor? För det är svanar.
Svanar
Based on the comments, and especially that last one, do you think any relationship is worth the relationship is worth not being single? Because the last comment, the person said that at least you are chosen, at least you've been loved even once. Like, should it get to that point where you're so afraid of being single or of being alone that you just want to choose anyone for the sake of being chosen?
The most dangerous thing that you can do as an adult is be content with your own company. Everybody just is so worried about finding people to hang out with. They rush into dynamics that really are not serving them. There's just a certain level of power and self-control when you are really able to weigh out situations and ask yourself, is this something that I'm really interested in? For somebody that is very social like me and a super, super profound extrovert, I love the self-control that I've been able to develop. If I don't want to overshare, I won't. If I don't want to go out, I won't. If I don't want to drink, I won't. I have literally became immune to peer pressure because I literally only march to the beat of my own drum. That's something that I've really been focusing on, working on. In 2023, I took my first ever solo trip out the country to London and Paris. Highly recommend London, not so much Paris, but that's a whole nother video. However, when I went on that trip, I really just was able to see everything come full circle. Like, I was so content with my own company. I wasn't sad. I wasn't depressed. A lot of people are jumping into relationships or staying into relationships that do not serve them anymore because they are actually afraid of being alone. And they have like this fear that their life will go more downhill if they leave these people alone. When in reality, if you're not happy where you're at right now, why would you be worried about leaving an unhappy situation to be more unhappy? We'll admit, being alone does come with some very, very low lows. But a lot of people are doing themselves a disservice simply because those lows will lead to an extenuated amount of happiness. Eventually, you will reach a healthy standpoint where you're grateful that you've unpacked these things. Same thing with therapy. When you go to therapy, you're going to have low moments when you're unpacking your traumas and telling your therapist about all of these different things, and it gets worse before it gets better. If you never actually allow yourself to be alone and be content with your own company, you are literally stunting your growth and your development as a
Hey ladies, I just wanted to pop on here and talk about something that I deal with on the daily, and I'm quite certain that several of you probably are too, and I always figure, you know what, we are stronger in numbers than we are alone. And that really is the key word that I want to talk about, being alone. A lot of women that are midlife, 45 and above, and are single and alone are terrified of what their futures are going to look like. You know what? Growing old alone and having to deal with all these things is a scary process, especially when it comes to how the world is right now. For myself, growing old and the fear of possibly what could go wrong with my body and having to deal with all of these things by myself is not a fun thought to have. And never mind struggling financially, being alone, like literally alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, no kids, especially for those of us who never had kids. It's a real thing. And I just wanted to come on here and ask how you guys are dealing with these thoughts. And yes, I'm grateful to be getting older. Yes, I know looking through rose-colored glasses is always the preferred option. And yes, there are things that we can do to make sure that we are healthy and strong and socialized and all of that stuff as we age. I agree with you. But still, that little voice sometimes pops into my head and I think, wow, what if I do grow old alone? How is that going to look? And it honestly scares me. So I want to know how many of you feel the same way? And what do you think that we should do about it? I'm trying to create a community of midlife women so that we have each other to support, to lean on, to talk to. So I want to know what you are doing to enable yourself not to feel alone at the very least, and hopefully not to be alone, that perhaps you will be able to be surrounded by other women that are in the same situation. So I just wanted to pop on here and see what you're thinking and feeling. Just know that I'm with you. You're not alone. I'm right here.
So tell me, are you afraid of being alone? Personally, no, I am not. Even before I got married, I was never afraid of being alone because just like the second TikToker said, the guy, you should be able to be comfortable in your own company. And I think I achieved that in my 20s. I'm 37 right now, but in my 20s, I really had a long time of just being alone, just being by myself. And even up to this point, even after being married, I still find joy in just being away from my husband from time to time and just enjoying my own company. That, however, does not dismiss anyone that feels the contrary. If you do not want to be alone and you do not enjoy your own company, then by all means, find a partner, find someone. Someone said that a pet cannot replace a human being, and yeah, maybe to some extent that's true. Maybe it's not, but I'd really like to hear your thoughts about this topic in the comment section, especially because most of us, if not all of us here, are child free, and I'm pretty sure that this loneliness question has been raised, and you've probably also thought about it yourself, like, will you die alone? Will it be a lonely thing? I'd really like to hear your thoughts in the comments. Talk to you soon. Bye.